What's it like being back in Albuquerque anytime you get to return here?
I love it here. This is my home, and I tell everybody all the time, even players that come in to play, they're like, what do I need to expect? I'm like, I can't give an honest answer because I love it. This is my home, and I love every part about it. I love the people here. I love the food. I love looking at the mountains, and I love the weather. So I'm biased.
I want to ask you about your baseball career growing up here in Albuquerque. What first got you involved in baseball in the first place?
I think it was just my dad. My dad played baseball. He was an Aggie, obviously out in Lobo, but he never pushed anything on me. Just wanted me to play sports and have fun. I played basketball and baseball growing up, and if I wanted to do it, he'd be out there in the backyard if I wanted to throw. If I wanted to hit, he'd be in the garage flipping me balls. So I think it's just him. If I wanted to do it, he was there. So his support and my mom's support, I think that was just what led me here.
You guys had a powerhouse team over at La Cueva, a bunch of guys going on to play at the next level. What do you remember about your time with the Bears? I know it's a long time ago.
We had such a good group of guys that I can remember, guys that played basketball, that went over to play baseball, and it was just fun. We had a great group of guys that I can remember like drop of a hat, and guys that I still talk to. So it was just a fun time. We won. So when you're winning, it's obviously really fun.
Is there a baseball game or a play that sticks out in your memory from your high school playing days?
I think it was our senior year, and I remember I think I was pitching, and then we had Kevin Berenger come in and close the game out, and I think it was just a ground ball to either James or me. I think it might have been James, and he flipped it to me, and we won the championship, and it was kind of like a fairy tale ending. That was our second one, and it was just awesome.
Well, not only in baseball, but a lot of people probably don't think of you as a basketball player, but you helped the Bears win a state title as well, and we're really key in that. I mean, did you have more fun winning state titles in baseball or basketball? What do you remember about playing in the pit?
I obviously remember the last play of that game in the state championship. Timmy Crowell was, he was at the free throw line, and Matt Honeycutt kind of ripped the ball away from him and went to the side, and it ended up in my hands. And I did see Tavo Hall. He was up in front of me, but I kind of was selfish, and I was like, I'm going to put this one in myself. So that was a great moment. That's obviously right there in the front of my head.
And you go on to play at the University of New Mexico. What kept you here? Why UNM? Why play here? You had a successful collegiate career?
I think it was the Coach Martinez, Coach Allday. They said that I was going to get a chance to play, and I didn't want to go anywhere else and pitch, and I loved it here. It was close to home. I didn't want to change too much, and they convinced me to stay, and it paid off. I don't know how much I thought I was going to play at the next level, but I just know I wanted to play every day and hit. And it worked out. I got a chance, an opportunity, and I ran with it.
What advice would you give kids who are at the high school age who have dreams of playing at the next level to, follow in footsteps of guys like you, or whether it be Blake Swihart or, James Parr or Alex? I mean, any of those guys. The list goes on and on. What sort of advice would you give them?
I would say don't get ahead of yourself. I would say just work on your craft, and if you enjoy playing, keep playing as long as you can, and it will take you where it's supposed to take you, whether that's college, whether that's pro, whether that's into coaching. I think that's what I would tell them. Just enjoy where they're at.
Well, it took you to the professional game. What was your first game like in the majors once you finally climbed up the ladder and got that chance in the major leagues?
It was a little overwhelming. I remember I was an infielder coming up in that organization for like my first year, and then they made me a catcher, and then I caught for 4 years straight. And I remember going to the ballpark, and they said you were going to play third that night, and I was like, what? I hadn't played third. I never had played third, so it was a little overwhelming. I was definitely excited, and I just remember getting my first hit and my first RBI, and my parents actually didn't make it till the next game, but that's when I hit my first home run, and my dad was there, and those things you just remember and you'll always cherish forever.
Tell me about that first home run. Everyone remembers their first, right?
Yeah, it was good. I just got a pitch out over the plate. I put a good swing on it, and obviously that Colorado weather took it a little further than it needed to, and I just remember going around the bases, and even though as an athlete you go, okay, I'm confident in my ability, I know what I can do, but when you hit your first home run in the major leagues, you're a little overwhelmed. But it was awesome, man.
You've been with the Rockies, the Diamondbacks, the Reds, various stints in the minor leagues. Do you consider yourself a journeyman, a veteran? How do you kind of look at yourself in your kind of playing career and where you're at now?
I do. I guess I would say a journeyman. Now I'm more so just looking at the game and studying it and trying to understand it more. There's so many different things now. You got analytics, you got numbers games that coaches play, managers play, that organizations play, and I want to understand that stuff because I now do really enjoy not just getting a hit and making a great play. I enjoy the whole game from the first inning to the ninth inning, and that it's a thinking man's game. It's a chess game, and I enjoy that part of it. So that's me learning that is where I'm at right now.
What's the next step for you? I mean, you hope to get back to the majors, I'm assuming. Eventually, do you want to be a manager, a position coach? What's the end game?
I don't know. That's what I would tell. Like I just told the young kids. Like I don't know what the end game is, but I'm right where I need to be. I'm enjoying where I'm at. Hopefully, I can help some of these younger guys fulfill their dream of getting to the next level, whether it's something I say or how I act in this dugout. But I don't know what the next step is, but I think if I just keep on this path, I'm enjoying where I'm at right now, it'll take me where it needs to be.
Not being sure of the next step, what was your previous step like? You were playing in the Mexican League, right? I mean,
yeah.
not everyone gets a chance to do that. What was that like? Paint a picture for me.
It was kind of something that came up. I was going to get a chance to play and still continue to play, and I had to go with it, and I felt good. And I think that was the thing. My body was finally healthy again. I had a couple injuries there, and I just wanted to feel good, get on the field, and play. And if I did bad, I did bad. If I did good, if I did well, I did well. But I just wanted to be on the field healthy and in a good mindset where if that was it, I could walk away and be fine with it. So, but it was an experience, and not many people get to have that. I played indie ball, I played in the Mexican League, I played in the big leagues, so I've had a lot of good experiences, met a lot of good people.
So how do you feel now? Where your game's at, physically, how you're performing?
I feel good. I definitely, this game is changing especially now, every day. Guys are throwing hard. It just seems like there's a new young kid throwing 100 miles an hour every time you get on the field. So I think that challenge for me is great, is trying to keep up. And if I can keep up, I'm happy. If I can't, then I got to go do something else.
And now the $64,000 question. I ask a lot of people I talk to and have long conversations like this with, if I were writing a book about your life, your story, I think everybody has a story, what would the title of that book be?
Well, I think you just got to let it happen. That would be mine. Just let it happen. Have fun and let it happen. Because everybody gets so we want to get to that next step, and then once you get there, there's obviously another step after that. So I think having fun and letting it happen would be the slogan, name of my book right there.
Jordan, letting it happen. Thanks.
Yeah.